I thought fucking Curaçao was a fucking alcoholic beverage, bro. I didn't even know they were a fucking country. We're losing to a bottle of alcohol, fam. Like, what the fuck is going on? Curaçao. There's more people in Scarborough than there is in Curaçao, bro. How are we losing to
Yo,
Curaçao?
that is crazy. That is crazy. Mm.
It's a joke, bro. I was so disappointed, bro. Like the nation needed that, at home in your own ground in Kingston,
Bro, the
sold out
stadium was
crowd,
packed. Packed. Stadium was packed, bro. Yeah.
sold out crowd,
Wait,
bro.
Curacao only has 158,000 people?
Yeah, man.
That's crazy, bro.
Oh no.
Stong College is bigger than fucking Curaçao, bro.
What the hell?
But yeah, bro. So I mean, now I think you guys are facing New Caledonia, right?
Yeah, between them, there's a couple of teams.
No, just one team, bro.
Is it already confirmed that who we're playing? Like, because
Yeah,
like it's a knockout round kind of thing, right? So we have the
yeah,
option. I don't know, like one of those ones where like I don't know if it's actually been set yet, like in terms of who we're
Yeah,
actually
it's set.
facing.
yeah.
It's
It
It's
is
it.
set.
March 23rd.
Geez, Sing, bro. You
Oh,
like after that, you just tuned out, eh?
yeah, fully. I know we're in the playoff rounds, but I'm like, bro, what chance do we have? You're gonna come up against potentially, like a DR Congo, fucking Bolivia, some of these sides who, if you
Congo
can't
was
even,
easy.
if you can't beat Curacao, bro, what makes me think that we can beat fucking any of those sides?
Honestly, bro, like bro, it's one game. It's as they say, right? Anything can happen. But yeah, no.
Nah,
If you
bro.
guys if you guys win that first game, bro, it's gonna be DR Congo versus Jamaica, bro. Just you know. So yeah, all
Do you
your
guys play someone before that?
no. We got seeded.
Okay.
Yeah. So the top two best ranked team get seeded, so they get like a bye.
Mm.
Yeah. So now we're just awaiting the winner of you guys versus New Caledonia.
Can't lie, that would be pretty lit if we did win, and then we meet you. But I don't know, bro. Like I said, I don't. It's not looking good at this moment in time, fam. I genuinely, I was so that was such a horrible performance. I don't know if you watched the game, but it was, bro. It was
Yeah, I've
so
seen some
bad.
of that. Yeah, I've seen some
It
of that.
was
But yo,
so
they have a Chelsea player. The year he came on. I think in the end, towards the end of the game, he was the guy that apparently like he got you guys a penalty and then it got overturned. That guy.
Oh,
Yeah,
Richardson, whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
Richards. Yeah. He plays on the Chelsea U17s, I think, or U18s.
Mm.
Yeah, right, he's a big prospect. Yeah. But yeah, what's jokes though is after that game, fam, these players took themselves to the club and they started partying it up. Apparently, it's like no fucks are given as to the result.
Interesting, because from what I saw, bro, the players are beefing with security guards in that. Like,
Yeah,
man's are
I seen that
peeved.
too. Yeah,
Man, like I think it was like Nicholson or some shit, the
yeah,
striker.
yeah, yeah. I see that. Saying,
Still
Merdan must be nice, eh? Chilling, already qualified. Mm,
I mean, our country's fucked, but our football team has always been good.
mm. Wait, what's the furthest you guys have made it in the World Cup?
That's a good question. I think we made it to semis way back when. Let me check.
Oh shit.
Uh, I might be wrong.
Mm.
Yo, you got a big ass smile on your face, though, Lauren. Hey, saying you think you guys are gonna make some noise in the World Cup if you even get there?
Whoa. Stop with your animosity, bro. Like, yo, you coming on strong, bro. What's going on? Like,
Well, what do you mean? I'm just
like,
saying.
what is going on, bro? Like, listen,
The,
you
the just
guys,
the confidence and the smile on your face, you would think that you're like prime Ivory Coast, with like Didier Drogba and all that. Like,
yo, all I'm
where
saying
is this coming
is,
from?
Oh
yeah, go on.
no, no, sorry.
Yeah, no, you want to say something?
No, I was just gonna say that we never made it out of the group stages.
Oh, okay. Uh, but yeah, no, like, yeah, we're hoping, bro. Like we're hoping we get a good group, and yeah, out of the group stage, I think would be good. Like you said, I think for the most part, right? like I feel like football, it's good in terms of lifting up the morale of the people, especially if the nation, is dealing with turmoil at that present time, right? So football it unites. So yeah, no. For us, we hope for the best, bro. Maybe we win it. Who knows, man?
Win
Centurions, those.
what?
Whoa, again, bro. Like, yo, you gotta stop, bro. Yeah,
No, no, I just want to know what you're
you,
talking about.
the
Win
way
what? The
you,
World Cup?
the way you're grilling me, bro. Like, I'm feeling quite uncomfortable here at this point, bro. This guy's like, wait, win what? Win what? Win.
Yeah, yeah, bro. I just want to know what are you referring to? Like win the playoff, win the knockout round, win like one game in the group stage, or like win the whole tournament? Like I just want to know.
I will say this. I will say this. This is no like as objective as possible for what I've seen from this Congolese side, right? And again, I've watched them over the years. This is the most organized and structured of a side that I've seen. Remember, this is a side that we're up 2 nil on against Senegal, right? Which is one of the strongest teams in Africa at present time. I think they're ranked even like what's sub 30 or something like that. But yeah, no, we look very. I think we're missing a key striker. I think if we had that, like an Osimhen, for example, kind of thing, that would make the world of a difference, right? But structurally, the formation, the composure, man, these guys, it's like yeah, you would think it's Enzo Maresca coaching the team, but yeah, no. So
No,
here,
for real.
here we go again. Now, by the way, I like your shirt, Merdad. The color it suits you.
Hmm. So Congo is ranked
56,
56. Where's Jamaica?
71,
70th.
oh, 70.
Then
Check Curaçao's ranking.
Iran is 20th in the world.
I think
Dude, that's
Curaçao's like
high.
140.
Wow, bro. Fucking
Curacao.
embarrassing.
I have to accept the cookie, CJ. Hold on, sorry. Give me 1 second.
Jeez. Damn.
Fucking embarrassing, bro.
I don't even see them. Where's Curacao? Maldives.
Yeah, they're like probably like 128, 148, no? Wait, why was
Oh,
Nicholson?
Curacao is 82. Okay, they're not that bad. They're
Oh,
82.
82?
Yeah,
So
they're not
who's
that bad.
oh, then I think it's New Caledonia. That's probably like over 100. Yeah, you guys at least
New
have to.
Caledonia is 149.
Yeah, 149. Bro, if you guys don't win
Jeez.
that game, oh my gosh, bro.
I
I don't even know what to tell you at that point.
I almost rather not, just to save us from the fucking false optimism.
Oh, you rather not win? No, you guys have to win, bro.
I mean,
No,
obviously we have to, but it's like, yo, you win that, and again, false optimism. It's like you're just gonna go into a next round against who you said it? It's you guys? It's
yeah,
Congo?
yeah, it's against us.
Yeah, man, and you guys are like riding a good wave right now. So it's like,
Plus, yeah, we have the AFCON. If anything, I think that's what's gonna work in our favor because we
Yeah,
actually have
because you
the
guys are gonna be
AFCON.
playing. Yeah, you guys
Yeah,
are gonna be playing.
yeah, yeah.
saying you're gonna win that.
Yeah, we could. Like, bro, like I told you, bro. Like the only teams really that I would truly be like, okay, would be the probably like a Morocco or like a Tunisia. Algeria, not so much.
Egypt?
Egypt, not really. But those are the only.
Really?
Yeah, no, not true. Who's on Egypt, bro? Huh?
Your boy.
No Salah? That guy? No
Mm.
Salah?
Bro, your boy's there. What
Yeah,
about Nigeria? I wouldn't count on Nigeria.
no, bro, Nigeria. No, no, no. Those guys, bro, they got a lot of work to do, bro. Yeah.
Well, speaking of AFCON, it's officially that time of year, boys. We have non-stop footy until the next international break, which is until March. So from now till March, there's going to be a football game on pretty much almost every day because AFCON's starting in a few weeks. And we got footy midweek, we got footy on the weekends, we got extra footy during the week. These international breaks can fuck right off. And yeah, welcome back, listeners, viewers. So episode 59. We're almost at the big 6-0. I think we're gonna hit the Centurion before a little London rival. Um, you know, so we're gonna kick it off. CJ, this is gonna be a very difficult discussion that we're gonna have to have. Uh, Crucial stretch coming up, as we teased it a couple times. I think Laurent's been talking about this stretch since August of last year, not even August of this year, because he knew the schedule. It's gonna be interesting. We got our little brothers in North London, Spurs. Then we got our arch rival Bayern, who have our number midweek, and then we face the little team at the blue side of London.
Up the Chels. Let's go. Up him. Up him. Uh-huh.
Yeah, what are you drinking tonight?
Bro, just water, bro. Just water. I had to dash out my real nephew, Like that I couldn't hold for tonight. I had to dash it out.
Jeez.
Oh, shit, I actually haven't
What?
brought that out in a while. I need to bring that back out. Um, but CJ,
Yo.
international friendly. If you don't know, Gabriel was injured in an international friendly at the Emirates. Apparently, prior to this game, he was training on his own for workload management, as he didn't feel right. He's gonna be out for a month. Calafiori also got injured, but apparently he was just a knock. He'll be fine. Same thing with Jurriën Timber. The question I have for you is: I understand representing your nation and what that means. And again, for Gabriel, I understand like Ancelotti came in, he wants to, have his spot and make sure that he makes the team for next year's World Cup. But at what point do you like decide to say, okay, you know what, this is a friendly game. I know I'm performing well in the league, and I know he's going to be watching me. Like, at what point do you make that decision? Because the way that this is going, like a lot of these players are stuck making that tough decision now. Like I don't know if you remember Alex Ferguson was talking about it, that he said he would kind of plant in their ear that in the March international break his players wouldn't go if they were in a title race. All of them would randomly come up with a knock and they just wouldn't go. Do you think Arsenal's at that point yet? Because this is
Um.
ridiculous.
Well, if you're asking if we can get our players pulled out of international duty, I mean it's hard. It's hard. Ferguson used to do it in a dark arts kind of way. Um, the problem is, right, if you get called for your nation, the players they're gonna want to go, right? Especially for a country like Brazil. They're very patriotic. Brazilian players, they love representing their nation, right? And traditionally over the years has been difficult in terms of being able to get into the squad, right? Such was the competition at the time. So it was almost like a celebration in itself just to be part of the squad. Because again, Brazil, we all know Brazil traditionally to be one of the best and a high prestige, high footballing nation. So of course Gabriel's going to want to go and play. He only just, mind you, got established into the Brazilian team not too long ago. He wasn't at the last World Cup. He wasn't selected. Um, so he's really going to want to, make his mark um, in this team. So even if he's carrying a knock, he's going to want to play, you know, um, just to kind of stamp his mark and make sure that he's 30 when it comes to Carlo Ancelotti's selection for the World Cup for next year. So, I mean, I get it. There's only so much the club have in terms of a say when it comes to the players. And again, they could do some of the dark arts. Arteta could do some of the dark arts, like I said, that Fergie used to do, but you got to be strategic and slick about how you go about it. And you can't be very obvious with it, right? Um, and you can't just flat out tell the player he's not going either. That's not a good look for the morale for the player, right? It's tough, man. The only control that we have is the load management, right? And how much we play the players. He didn't just get injured in this game,
Yeah.
Gabriel alone, right? He's been playing a lot of minutes, and you just go back to, okay, you know, operation at the back end of last season for a hamstring, right? Didn't really have a preseason. I think he played total 90 minutes preseason, and that's not just in one game. He had two games, 30 minutes here, 60 minutes there. total 90 minutes that he played in preseason, and then he's thrown straight into the thick of the action since the season has actually officially started. He's played pretty much almost every game. Our last game before the international break at Sunderland was a grueling match. We had 3 away games in a week that week. He played all 3 games, if I'm not mistaken. And so, he's barely getting a rest. And then you go back to certain games, Port Vale in the League Cup, Brighton in the League Cup. He's still coming on and playing in these games. So as much as you've built up the squad, and Arteta's done better in managing the players' minutes, we're still not fully there yet, right? We're still even talking about guys like Saka. What did I say to you guys a couple times in the group chat? Why is Saka playing 90 minutes against Slavia Praha in the Champions League when we're already 2-3-0 up? Why is he not the first person coming off the pitch? Like certain things are just still. I feel like we're not managing our players correctly at the moment. And I've said it to you guys before. It's just it can't be a coincidence anymore, right? It's not just bad luck. It's not just woe is me. Why do we have so many muscular injuries? Why? You have to ask yourself that, right? You have to look at yourself in the mirror, accountability, all that. We're picking up way too many muscular injuries,
Mm-hmm.
and it's getting to be a bigger concern. And that's the bigger picture for me. Because again, these players don't get. We can get mad at, I almost said Gareth Southgate. What's the England manager's name? Tuchel. We can almost get mad at the Tuchels and the Carlo Ancelottis and these guys, but they're from their point of view, they only get these players 2, 3 times, 4 times a year. Their
Yeah.
argument is, hey, there's a World Cup next year. I don't get these guys every day. I need to pick my best squad and my best players and have them gel and have them play together in preparation for a World Cup. So it's not in these international breaks that these players are getting injured alone. It's a combination of all these things. And I get it. It's more than just the club, or it's more than just Arsenal and how we're managing the players. It's the schedule, right? The schedule itself. I think that's ultimately the bigger picture is FIFA. We got to look at FIFA and those who make the rules and say, listen, like these players are not robots. They can't keep playing. Why is there 3 international breaks at the start of a new campaign? The season started in August and we've already had 3 international breaks.
It's
It's got
ridiculous.
to be spaced out better, right? Before the
Yeah.
season gets a chance to get going and get into a rhythm and get into a flow. Boom, when August hits, 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, there's already an international break. Why? That doesn't need to happen. FIFA needs to do better at that, and I get it. A lot of it is a money grab, right? It's
Yeah.
it's it's the
Either do
TV
it
revenue.
before the season starts, because when the season starts for all leagues, or just do two in the fall and then two in the winter.
Yeah, it's got to be spread out much better than what it is right now. And apparently they are, looking at it apparently to remove 3 international breaks and reduce it to 2 at this time of year going forward because it's a lot. It's not just the games too, mind you. It's the travel, it's the air miles. Some of these
Yep.
players travel halfway across the world. It's
Yeah.
that all contributes to it. So FIFA's a bigger issue, and we got to look at. Players have come out and said it too, right? Rodri even said it, I think before he got his long-term injury. It's like, yo, we're not robots. We can't just. I understand it's for the fans and the TV revenue and the money that it generates and all that stuff, but the players are human beings. They're not robots. They can't just keep playing 2, 3 days, back to back to back like that. It's gonna take a toll. So I think that's ultimately the bigger issue here.
Well, from an Arsenal lens, sorry, Laura, I'm just gonna keep it from an Arsenal lens, and then I'll pick your brain on this. But from an Arsenal lens, I mean, we have Spurs this weekend. There's been a lot of on social media. I've seen a lot of different back fours put there. Um, like for me, form and everything goes out of the picture for this type of game. It doesn't matter that Spurs have been playing way better away from home. It doesn't matter that Arsenal have this many injuries. This is a must win. Doesn't matter for the context of the title race. It does not matter for any other context aside from the fact that this is the derby. There's no if and buts. This is the derby. So this is a must win at all costs. Um, for me personally, I don't know, CJ, what your thoughts are on this. With Gabriel out, looks like Gyökeres should be back. I don't know if that's true because, again, Arteta holds everything close to his chest, and we are recording this prior to the presser.
Okay.
So we're not going to fully know, and we still won't even know because Arteta holds everything close to his chest. But assuming that Gyökeres is back, the lineup I went for is Raya, Timber, Saliba, Mascara, Calafiori. I don't really want to mess with Calafiori sliding in. I think that position for him is good. And rather than making two changes, I'd rather make one change. And then Zubamendi, Rice, Eze, and then Trossard, Gyökeres, Saka. So that's my lineup going into this game. still have that physicality, still have that control in the midfield. We saw what Trossard did to Pedro Porro last year, put him on skates. He almost tore both ACLs at the same time. He did a hockey goalkeeper splits. I don't know if you remember.
Of course, yeah.
Um, Gyökeres, I think again, I think he's just if he's back, I think he's gonna get under the skin of Romero and Van de Ven, and then yeah, the back line. I mean, nothing really needs to be said, and I think Mascara has shown when Saliba was injured, he came in, stepped in, and he did a great job. I think this game is too much to ask for Nkapie, even though he played well for his nation. But Mascara, I don't know if you saw, he captained the under
Mhm.
21 national team. So like, there's clearly something there with him. I mean, I wouldn't if someone said, "Hey, what if you go Calafiori and Miles Lewis Skelly?" Because again, it's a North London derby. He always shows up for those type of games. I can understand that, but for me, I'd rather just make one change. I don't want to. I don't want to
Yeah.
mess around with the back line. Um, so what's your breakdown of the game? What do you think of the lineup, and what are you anticipating Arsenal to do in this game?
This is very tough because, as you said, like we don't have any context of the interview yet, right? Arteta's pregame presser, pregame interview, and we probably won't have much more even after the interview because he's the type to keep his cards close to his chest, right? And to an extent, I like how we do that, right? That's one thing I do like that we do. It's annoying for the fans a little bit, but you're not giving anything away to the opposition, right? You're keeping them on their toes. You know, Arteta likes to get any little edge that he can, right? And that's kind of one way he's going to try and get the edge over Spurs is keep them guessing, right? Who's going to play up top? Who's going to be in the back line? Um, we're going to know very, very little. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some certain names on the bench that we didn't expect. One being a Gabriel Jesus. You know, potentially could that be a name that returns to the bench? You know, he's been in training, full training for a few weeks now, and one thing that Arsenal I noticed does with our players that return from injury or come back from injury is when we start posting, right? This week they posted a lot of Gabriel Jesus in training, his finishing and whatnot. They've been posting it a lot on the social media. But from what we know, it's just been posted this week, for example, or last week. But the player could have been in training 2 or 3 weeks prior. You know, we,
Yeah.
we do that quite often. It's not a matter of when we start posting is when that player just comes back. No, for all we know, this player has been in training for a few weeks, and we just haven't been given the update, right? So that tends to happen a lot. I noticed. So who knows? Jesus could be more fit than we think, and he may have a lot more training in his belt than we even know. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him on the bench. For me, what's going to be on the bench is going to be just as interesting as who starts because
Mm.
you're expecting maybe not expecting maybe almost unexpecting certain players. I think like we could see an Ødegaard on the bench, a Madueke, Martinelli, Gyökeres.
Havertz.
Yeah, I think one thing for sure is I don't expect Havertz going to be on the bench because I don't know if you heard this week there's news that came out of the Germany camp. The
Oh
Nagel,
yes, sorry, yes. That he had a
yeah, he
slight
mentioned.
setback.
Yeah, he has a setback. So if I'm gonna guess any players that have the chance of returning, I think it could be a Gyökeres. I think it could be a Madueke, a Martinelli even. And I heard even rumors today that Ødegaard could be in the mix in the squad at least. So it'll be interesting to see, right? It'll be interesting to see. But as far as the starting 11 goes, I mean, yeah, you're gonna have obviously Uriah in goal. Timber should be fine to play right back, despite picking up a little bit of a knock. Saliba obviously is in there. And the question is, what do you do with your left center back? And I actually agree with you. You don't want to change your back line around too much, right? You want to keep as much familiarity there as possible. So I think Calafiori stays at left back for me. Um, the question is now who goes in at center back, right? Is it Mascara or is it Hincapie? And this is a very tough one for me because again, all the little fine margins and the little edges that like Arteta likes to get with his team is the difference between playing, a left-sided center back um,
Mm.
alongside a Saliba versus a right-sided center back who's going to play on the left-hand side in a Mascara, right? Sometimes it's the little things about just body positioning, opening up your body. When you have a left center back, we see that a lot more now. By the way, in the modern game, like that wasn't even a thing back then, right? Back in the day, right? Back in the day, if you're a right footer, you still play left center back regardless.
Yeah.
But now the little details, right? The fine margins of my left-sided
Receiving the
center back,
ball.
my left-sided center
Yeah.
back is going to be a left footer, and the way that we receive the ball, and the way that you open
Mhm.
up and see the pitch when you receive the ball on that side, versus a Mascara who receives that ball. If he's playing left center back and receives that ball, he's still going to naturally, instinctively take it on his right foot, which takes away an angle, right? If he wants to play it to his left back along, if we want to play into that left channel, Mascara being a right-footed center back playing on that side does take away a little bit of that, being able to open up the pitch and kind of use
Hmm.
that left side as quickly and as effectively as a left-footed center back. So that's the only thing I'm thinking about. Um, it's tough, man. I think once Nkapie gets up to speed, I can see him being that replacement for Gabriel, for the next month or two, however long Gabriel's out for. But I think Mascara's been a little bit more fresh. He's played more minutes with us this season than Nkapie has, and so I think, kind of to your point, for some familiarity to keep kind of a little bit of that chemistry, because Mascara's been playing with us Saliba a little bit longer and whatnot. I think we could opt for Mascara just for this game, you know.
Yeah.
Um, and I think that'll be the back four. Your midfield, I think, picks itself at this moment in time. Ødegaard, I think even if he is fit, he'll probably be on the bench.
Yeah.
So I think the midfield three's got to stay the same. What do you call it? Zubimendi, Rice, and Eze, and then your front three, Saka, Trossard, and I think personally, I think Marino's going to start up top.
Oh
Obviously, not what I
wow.
would do. Yeah, I would do Gyökeres obviously if he's fit, but I don't think Gyökeres is fit enough to start. I don't think he's going to be. I'd be surprised if he's in. I hope he's in the squad, but I don't think even if he is in the squad, I think he'll be just about fit for the bench. I don't think he's going to start. So I'm just going based off of what
Mhm.
I predict, and I think it's going to have to be Marino up top, unfortunately, because of our lack of options. Um, but it's
One.
it's.
Oh,
Mm,
sorry. I was gonna ask you one question. We're right in the
mm.
back four. Is this a game where, you were talking about the fine margins? Is this a game where, familiarity stuff aside, if you want to try to get that fine margin, is this a game where you don't risk Mascara and you make the two changes and put Calafiori left side center back and then bring in a Lewis Skelly because it's a derby?
Yeah, I know. As we were talking about earlier, I think Calafiori's been, he's been in his best run of form for us for a while now, playing at left back, and so I think you got to, continue there. If Gabriel's not there, essentially, right, you're kind of changing two of your back four. We've had a steady back four for the last little bit now, right? It's been Calafiori, Gabriel, Saliba, and Timber, and that's what you kind of need if you're in in a title race or trying to win leagues. Is you want, your main players in their steady positions, especially in your back four, to play week in, sort of week in week out, or have that as much familiarity as possible. And now without Gabriel, and then you take Calafiori out of left back, you're kind of changing around two of your
Mm,
back four. That's half of your back four that's been so solid for you and kept all these clean sheets for you for weeks and months now. So let's at least keep that familiarity as much as possible, and keep Calafiori at left back. So we're only really slotting in the one change. But
mm,
the one thing I wanted to make clear is that we'll talk about going forward about how we're going to deal with the absence of a Gabriel. But in this game specifically, I think the midfield battle is going to be very important again.
mm,
I think our midfield, like I think Zubimendi and Declan Rice, not only need to protect the back line, obviously, but they need to just run the show in midfield. I think that's where the game could be won and lost. We need them to do what they've been doing. They're two very crucial, important players for us, Zubimendi and Rice, and we need them to keep performing in this game because, yeah, it's gonna be a midfield battle. I mean, it's a derby. Tackles are gonna be flying in the middle of the pitch. We're gonna have to try and keep 11 men on the field. And I still listen. I still expect us to win the game, right? Like that's what it comes down to.
100%.
If Marino starts up top, if Capie starts at center back, Mascara starts at center back, no matter what, this is what we built the squad for, right? And we're at home against Spurs. There's actually no excuse, and we still need to go out and get the 3 points by hook or by crook. To be honest with you.
Laurent, you just heard us chat about this for the last 15, 20 minutes. What's your thoughts? Like, do you like? I know what you're gonna say, that this is a must win game, and I know you've said that this is a crucial stretch for Arsenal and with the title race and everything. But with the injury crisis that we have, like, if you were put in Arteta's position, do you agree with CJ and I's analysis to just change one position, or would you bring in an academy boy in left back and move Calafiori into left center back to get that fine margin of having a left footer and left center back, and to be able to receive the ball in different ways? Like, what would your analysis of that be?
Wait, so you're saying bring in an academy boy for
So
Gabriel?
academy boy like Lewis Skelly, put him as
Oh,
left back because he's
okay.
played in the derby. He understands what the North London derby is all about. Move Calafiori to left center back
Oh,
versus what CJ and I both think was going to happen, having Mosquera just slot into left center back and then keeping
Calafiori.
Calafiori left
Mm,
back.
mm.
Like if you're talking, because I know CJ was talking about the fine margins and the way that you receive the ball, if you're a left footer versus a right footer playing on the from your
Yeah,
offside, like things like
yeah.
that. Like, is that any part of consideration for you? Have you seen Chelsea do that, and has it bothered you if Chelsea's have done that?
I do feel like Chelsea has done something like that where you get I think it was with Chalobah where they've switched them around. And yes, you actually do see in real time the awkwardness for some of these players, right? Especially if just by default they're not comfortable with
Mm.
both feet. And when you say fine margins at that level, that's truly what it is, right? Because the speed of the game is such that right decisions, everything has to be quick, right? It's instinct at that point, right? There's not really time to think, right? Regroup your feet, and look up and process all of that, right? So um, I would say that, but again, I think it depends on the playing style of the team, right? And how the degree of control you guys even have, right, from the build up, right? Because
Mm.
if you're facing an opponent that allows you to build up, or you're not too worried about their pressing game, right, and whatnot, then you can get away with that, right, with
Mm.
putting a player in that position simply because you can allow him the time and space, right, to pick his head up, right, and make those passes, right. But if it's the opposite of that, where well, the team is going to press you, right, they're going to be on their front foot, and you kind of know that. Now you're taking a gamble, right? And most likely, what's going to happen in that situation is halftime comes, or even before then, depending on how bad it is, manager's going to realize, yeah, this is not working out, and then he's probably just going to revert back to right putting uh natural players in their natural positions, right? But with the Lewis Skelly factor for me, I think because again, like you said, it's like you guys mentioned, it's a derby. It's gonna get rough, and I feel like that's the kind of game he would opt for, where he can come out and shine, right? Where
Yeah.
it gets like that. So I think that could be good. And if I'm being honest, I don't know. I don't know which one is the better hand to play in this scenario, right? Yeah, you could have both pros and cons depending on how you look at it, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Other than that, it is definitely a must win, as you guys have said.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier as well, in the earlier podcast, I think now, especially when you're leading, you have to maintain the lead. You have to do whatever it is to make sure that whoever is second, third, right, they can't sniff. You don't get a sniff at where you at in the leaderboard, right? Uh, because if they do, suddenly, okay, they feel like they can come back, right? And suddenly they have more hunger in the games that they play. So yeah,
like
definitely.
Chelsea.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, man. Exactly.
Well,
So yeah, no, must win for
yeah.
sure.
Well, I mean, Chelsea and City both play Saturday, so there's a likelihood that we go into this game with having Man City right on our tail, 1 point off, and then Chelsea 3 points off if they both take care of business.
Mm,
Um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, a part of me is happy that we have all these decisions to make.
mm,
Well, Arteta to make these decisions because it speaks volumes on the roster that he's built. But also, a part of me is like, you built this roster, then why are we in this position again?
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like a catch 22. I'm happy that we have all these options and these players to pick, but I'm also asking myself, like, is there a reason why we're in this position again
Wait,
and
so
again?
you guys truly think that it's the way the trainings are done, right? The regimen at the Arsenal camp. That's what you guys are, and it's not just the stretch of games that is impacting all teams, or at
I
least.
I think there's a part to say that, but also I think there's another part to say what CJ brought up. I think it was a pod or two pods ago with the way the Arsenal training ground is, right? That it's built over essentially concrete,
Mm,
right? Like you, for example, you see for
that is
American
hard on the
football,
knees.
yeah, for like American football fans, like MetLife Stadium in New York, it's been notorious for having players tear their ACL. And a lot of the players that go there, their main complaint is get rid of the AstroTurf. Now, for New York, the difficulty is they have very harsh winters,
Mm,
right? So the maintenance of AstroTurf is a lot easier than natural grass,
right.
right? So there is something to be said about that piece that CJ brought up with the training ground. Like, is it maybe not the training load, maybe, the environment that they're playing in, right? Or maybe it is training load. Maybe it's training load in conjunction with the schedule. But you can't like it's almost like you can't change the schedule. But what you can change is when you have your team up 2-0, 3-0, the players that need a rest, take them off. Like, we were joking about it, like, oh, is Arsenal going to catch up to Chelsea's record of number of goals conceded, things like that. Like, I would have loved right now that we've given up like 15 goals and we've been winning all these games, but we still have Gabriel fit. You know what I mean? Like, if it means that Gabriel, Saliba, Saka, Timber, like all these players got a little bit more rotation, and we gave up 5 or 6 more goals, but we were still winning. Fuck it, I don't give a shit. But it's almost like we're coming, and it maybe speaks to the OCD nature, to the dare I say narcissism of Arteta, because he's made a comment before, right? Like, if you want to be world class, you have to play every 3 days, and he's seen great players do it. I agree with all of that, but also, like, you've seen Pep Guardiola's team, you've seen Liverpool's team, you've seen these great teams that have gone again and again and again, and it's not just about the training load; it's also about the mental side of it too. So there's so many different factors in this that I don't want to point my finger at Arteta, but I think we need to look at everything. And there really needs to be a strong discussion had about our training facility, right? It's very good. It's nowhere near what Man United's is, but you know, can we look at from other aspects? Like, is there something that we can do to improve, right? And then looking at our doctors, like, are you calculating the training loads properly? And then Arteta needs to look at himself and say, like, if it's 2-0 at Port Vale, taking off my guys. And if they score, they fucking score. Like, I'm trusting that my world class team is still going to get me over the line, right? Why are you taking off Saka like the 90th minute? Like, fuck it. Like, what's an extra minute if you already put him on there,
Hmm.
right? You brought in Nkapie and Mascara for those type of games. We have two back lines for a reason, right? So, I think everything needs to be looked at, but this specific situation with Gabriel, like, I mean, it is what it is. Like, there's still no excuse, but I don't know if I answered your question
Yeah.
or if I was just going around like beating around it. But I think there definitely needs to be it needs to be studied. It
Mm,
definitely needs to be studied. And the last thing I'll say on it is, like, maybe it's also the style, right? It's the style of game that
mm,
we play, the pressing. Maybe we're more prone to having these type of injuries, which is not a problem. But if you know that the style of game that you want to play is high press, high pressure, then you have to rotate. You have to rotate. I forgot what one of I think it was Leeds' old manager. I forgot what his name was. Not Marco
Bielsa?
Bielsa. No, 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 no. It was someone before him. I heard it on. I think I heard it on the Fozcast with Ben Foster. I forgot who it was, but he was essentially saying that the manager would tell his players, "Listen, I want you to press, and I want you to press as hard as you can for 50 minutes. 50, 60 minutes. I will take you off at 50, 60 minutes when I see that you can't press anymore, but I want you to go 100%." And he would essentially rotate people. He would have everyone pressing super hard. And that 50, 60th minute, he would take off the people that can't press anymore, and then his team would still continue to press that same amount. And now that we have
really?
more than 3 subs,
Mm.
like, why are we not utilizing it? right? I understand there's certain games that we really shouldn't. If there's certain games that, there's the team's flowing and it's not that hard, but Arteta does need to take a good hard look at himself and ask, like, can I impact this? There's certain things that you honestly can't, like, some things, if something's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. But can I reduce the risk as much as possible? And I think he could do a better job at it.
Mm.
And I'm pretty sure CJ would agree with me on that. I think the player management could be a little bit better. Maybe he does not
Oh,
agree.
sorry. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you know how I feel. You know how
I
I
think
feel
he's
about
daydreaming about Curacao.
it. Yeah, my bad. I didn't know that warranted a response. I mean, yeah, because you know how I feel, man. You know how I feel about it.
I
So
just,
definitely.
like
Uh,
hearing a hell yeah once in a while, it's good for the soul.
Yeah. I don't want to go down that road, man. I feel like I've bashed Arteta enough over the time, and then it's not just him alone. Like, let's be real, it's not just him alone. Obviously, everything goes into it, right? The medical staff, the assistant coaching, the doctors. Like you said, it's not a decision that's his alone, right? It's a combination of everything, to be honest with you. And so I think, yeah, like I said, you only have to really look at, yes, obviously, Laurent asked the question really like, what does it look like, for not just Arsenal, but all clubs, and is there a lot of games for all clubs and all? But the only thing with that is, like, yes, all the clubs, a lot of teams are playing a vast amount of games, but how many of these teams are picking up muscular injuries at the rate that we're picking up muscular
Mm,
injuries? So obviously something different is happening on our end, and that's why it needs to be investigated. You know what I mean?
mm,
One or two muscular injuries here and there, but we're talking about muscular injuries dating back to last season, and why is it still carried on into this season? That's
mm,
what is a concerning pattern. I don't see. Yes, other teams pick up injuries and play the same amount of games as us, but I don't see or hear muscular injuries at the same rate as what the muscular injuries that we pick up. And our muscular injuries keep our players out for weeks, months, operations required. So it's gotta. I think we gotta definitely look into it, because it's gotta end, man. It's gotta stop. That's the only thing that's gonna stop us from winning the big trophies that we want to win, right?
mhm.
Is the injuries. It's not sustainable. We saw it last season. It's not sustainable, and even with the squad that we have, I mean, what good is squad depth when all your squad depth is gone?
Yeah. Or you're not using it,
Yeah.
or you're not using it in the games that you should be using it. So, um, let's change gears and let's start bashing the little blue side. As Burnley host Chelsea at Turf Moor. Uh, listen, man, Burnley are looking to stay out of the relegation zone, and not because you're a Chelsea fan, I smell an upset. I don't know if I'm going to predict an upset because I don't want you getting any closer in the prediction board, but I would not be shocked if there's an upset. And I'm not saying that Burnley's going to win.
mm-hmm. I mean, even a tie, it would be an upset. No.
Yeah, but I do feel like Burnley can do the like I just don't I don't think Chelsea travel well, and I think Burnley Turf Moor, the aggressive nature of Burnley and the way that they've been playing, the physicality, I think it's going to be a little too much. I may eat crow and Chelsea may win 6-0. But I do think that this may be one of those like banana peel type games. Um, I'm assuming you think I'm just talking out of my ass.
No, no, no. I mean, honestly, man, I think you have a good eye for banana peels, if I may. You seem to be able to spot one, from a mile away. So I'll give you that. I'll give you that. But on this one though, I think now it's time to utilize our great weapon. That is,
Oh
you already
God.
know. You already know. Starboy. I don't know what the hell Paquetá was thinking taking that PK. Like, come on, bro. That guy's been on fire, man. Right? I think it's coming to the forefront in the football world, right? That the guy is a baller. He can
Liam Delap?
Hmm?
Liam Delap? Starboy?
No, 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 no. Like, That guy is a barbarian, bro. Like, yeah, that's our barbarian up top, right? You need that aggressive nature, but now the guy that's gonna give him the service, right?
Who?
Esteval.
Who? Sorry, there was some static. Who?
Esteval. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Can't wait
You
till he goes
mean,
to Real Madrid in a couple of years.
I know, that's literally what I was gonna say. I mean, I was gonna say the new Real Madrid right winger.
Ah, right, right. Honestly, bro, just watch, man. Chelsea, I think is gonna be able to hold on to our talent this time around. You just gotta keep winning. Keep winning, right? You start with what's it called? The Conference League, and then
Oh
Club World
my.
Cup, and then what's next? Right? You tell me.
Europa League, maybe.
Right, right. Yeah, you guys are funny. But no, in all seriousness though, I think this is a good game for him. He's in form, and to me, he's a game-changing player, without a doubt, without a doubt. And then you have the likes of João Pedro, a teammate. Um, and then I think for our striker, the lap still needs a bit of time, but once he gets adjusted,
Hmm.
or I feel like the attack is going to look seriously good. And mind you, we still have Cole Palmer, right? That's expected to come back. But yeah, for me, the Burnley game is a must win as well, especially given the position we found ourselves in, where we face you guys at the end of the month, right? Where we can,
It's a
we have
six
our
pointer. It's a
hmm?
6 pointer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If we can manage to lock in, we can put ourselves in a good spot, right? To close out the month. So this game is a must win. We cannot draw this game, and I think the manager is gonna do well in relaying that to the team.
I don't see anything other than 3 points. Yeah, I don't think this is a banana peel one for Chelsea. I think they're gonna win this game quite comfortably, to be honest.
Hoping again, those defensive. You see, when we talk Chelsea, we look at the offense, right? You look at the midfield, but we forget that the back line, right,
It's
can be at
shambles.
times shaky. Yes.
Shambolic.
So nah, man,
No, but it's the
I'm
truth.
no, no.
Only
I
reason
don't
why
think
I'm
Laurent was
saying
gonna go that. I don't think he was gonna go that far.
no, but no, but it's the truth because the back line they show up in games that you don't expect them to show up, but
Yeah,
then the
Liverpool
games
one
that
surprised me.
yeah, like the games that you're like, okay, you should be able to handle this Burnley team. They may score first. Chelsea may score two, but that doesn't like to me. If Chelsea's up 2-0, I'm like, okay, Burnley scores one, and then the back line starts getting shaky. Caicedo's running everywhere. Enzo's gonna make a super tackle. You never know what's gonna happen, and they may just, you know, squeeze one in, and then it's 2-2, and then it's game on, right? Like that's the type of game that I would fear if I was a Chelsea fan. But do I think that's what's going to happen? I think Chelsea have enough firepower to make it like a very simple win. But would I be shocked? No, absolutely not.
Mm. Well, man,
Absolutely not.
come prediction time, just put your money where your mouth is,
Mhm.
and
Um, my money is actually going to go to Jean-Philippe Mateta to
mm.
score against Wolves. Um, Palace heading to the Molineux. They're still Wolves are still looking for their first win. Can you believe it? They have not won. They didn't even win a single game in preseason.
Well, yeah,
So
that's wild.
yeah, but
That's wild. And their player, the Korean guy, man, he missed a terrible penalty.
Hwang, yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
think that I don't know if you guys saw it, but that was
No,
a bad, bad, bad penalty, man. It's like out of confidence, out of form, just out of everything, man.
yeah. It's gonna be sad. I mean, I don't really see anything, but if you do like betting, and we don't endorse betting, but if you do like betting, put a couple dollars on Jean-Philippe Mateta to score anytime. Would not be shocked if he scores one or two. CJ, make sure you captain him in FPL. Um,
not when you got that guy Holland running around.
yeah,
I'm not
but he
taking
has a
him out of
tough
captain.
game. I wouldn't captain him in that game.
Bro, he's scoring against everybody at the moment. It doesn't even matter. I would not. If I were you, my word of advice is keep that guy captain for as long as he's fit, bro. When's the last time he hasn't scored? I tell you guys, I sometimes I don't watch the City games, but I look at the results every time. Oh, who's on the score sheet? Oh yeah, Haaland scored. Oh, this week, oh, he scored two. Yeah, oh, hat trick. Like I can't remember the last time he hasn't scored. It's actually fucked. He another conversation for another day. Are we looking at the best goal scorer in Premier League history, bro? The guy is on track for a madness. I genuinely don't remember the last game he hasn't scored,
Hmm.
Yeah, he's
club
been
or country.
yeah,
He scored
he's
two
been
against
on
Italy.
track.
And did you see the goal? One of the goals?
No,
Yes.
I haven't
Did you
seen it.
hear what he said? That he got pissed off because the guy played with his hair?
I saw.
Oh,
I actually saw that, bro. A
shit.
man pulled the Jack Grealish on him. Like, you know what the Atletico players did to Jack Grealish? Bro, a man actually tried to do that with Holland. I rate it.
Fuck.
Wait, the goal was nice?
Yo,
Yeah, what the hell? You didn't watch the goal?
No, I didn't see it.
Bro, you
What
need to
was
go
like?
back and watch it.
All right, I'll
To go
check it out.
back and
I'll check
watch
it
it.
people need to start putting respect on his name, man. People think like, he's just a goal scorer, but he lacks like, the footballing actual like ability. I don't know. Maybe he's training under Pep and playing with City and those players, but I feel like his technical ability is underrated now too, man. He's getting a better all around game. He's not just like a
He's
flash
just
in the
not
box.
asked to do that at City. When you watch how
Mhm.
he played at Dortmund, he was connecting the play. He was dropping in and doing what Kane does. But now that he's a City, Pep has told him, go up top, hold the
Yeah.
ball up. Right? He's not asked to drop in. So I definitely agree with you. I think he's underrated. Um, this game, I think Sean Dyche is going to help us laugh at his bald-headed counterpart, Arnie Slot. And I think it's going to be a draw. I don't think Liverpool win this game.
Ooh.
I
Wait,
think
wait. Oh.
Forest, I think Forest
Whoa.
are going to,
Hold on. Liverpool and Forest at Anfield?
yes. I think
Oh,
Forest are going to annoy the shit
no way.
out of Liverpool with long throws, you know, hitting them hard, crosses into the box, putting pressure on that back line. Liverpool's only saving grace is the fact that Allison appears to be back, and they're gonna have some stability in the back four. But yeah, I think Sean Dyche is gonna do it because they need to get out of the relegation spots, and this is a huge win, huge game for them. If they win, or I don't think they'll win, but I think if they draw, they put themselves in a good position to be able to get out of the relegation zone. But yeah, I just something's just not right with Liverpool, and I don't know what it is.
Hmm.
You guys think I'm
You know what's funny? I always think all your analysis and everything aside, like you can explain whatever you want to explain to make it like your justify your decision as to why Liverpool is never gonna win. But ultimately, all you got to really tell us is that you just don't like Liverpool and you're never going to predict them to win. And you don't like Arnie Slot. Like, forget all the other analysis that you're beating around the bush with. Like, you just are never going to predict them because you just don't like him and don't like them. Like, that's just the honest truth, bro.
no, no,
Just
no,
call it how
and
it
no,
is.
genuinely, genuinely, I think this is
There's no way you think this fucking Forest team, how poor they've been, is going to get anything at Anfield.
hey man, I
Well,
I
shit. I can't even imagine what Arnie Slot is going to use as an excuse if he does not get the result that he wants. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean it's a must win for them. Liverpool, it's a must win. If they drop a single point,
mm,
they're mid table.
jeez. Yeah, that's crazy. After all that money spent, you think he's gonna use the voodoo excuse? Because yeah,
He's gonna be like Murdad from this podcast put a voodoo spell on me and talking about my
Yeah.
bald head. Yeah, I don't know.
oh man.
Um, Fulham. This is a big game for them and Marco Silva. I think we talked about it a couple pods ago about Marco Silva and what it looks like for his job. Currently sitting in 15th, 3 wins, 2 draws, 6 losses for Marco Silva and Fulham just to date.
Wait,
Uh,
how does he still have a
I have no idea. That's why. And they're facing
hmm,
Sunderland. and Sunderland's coming to
Mm.
Craven Cottage. I don't know. I don't know what this is going to look like because, you know, Craven Cottage is very hard to play, but also Sunderland have been playing extremely well. So something's got to give. And the one question for this game that I want to ask you to is if Fulham does lose, do you think this is it for Marco Silva?
Yeah.
7 losses in the first 12 games,
Mm.
Yeah.
right? Like, and does that open the door for Liverpool to sack Arne Slot and bring in a real manager?
Bro, that guy's not gonna keep. Nah, nah. To sack him, I think would be so counterproductive to
Dude, I'm just, no, I'm
Wait, to
just
stack who? Silva or Slot?
Slot
Oh.
once Marco Silva becomes available.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh fuck no, I'm just fucking around. Um, Mid-table battle. Brighton host Brentford at the Amex. Um, 11th facing 12th. I don't even know what to expect from this game because Brentford has been winning games that they really shouldn't be winning, or they've been putting performances in that I don't really expect with all the players that they lost. But then on the flip side, Brighton, like the 4 games that they've drawn, they easily could have won those games. So it's almost like your record looks worse than it actually is because of the performances have been so much better. So I'm very curious how the both teams are going to face against each other. And I hope we don't get like a boring nil-nil draw or like a 1-1. I hope we get goals in this game, but a part of me feels like it's just going to be a very boring game. I think they're both going to sit back. They're both going to just try not to fall behind because if you look at the league table right now, it is extremely like from 13th to second, it's extremely tight. Like we have a little bit of gap from 13th place. Like we have 11-point gap, but not that, Chelsea's only 5 points off Everton. So I'm curious to see how these two teams line up, and it's going to be good for us because we're going to get a taste of what Brighton can do because I do believe we face them in December, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm just looking at the calendar. Yeah, we face them in December at home. So to see how they face to play, and then we face Brentford first game in December. So I'm curious to see how these two teams play against each other. The second game of the weekend. Curious for what both of your take is. Newcastle, St. James Park, Man City. We need a favor. To all you Geordies, I hate you with a passion. But this Saturday at 11:30 Eastern Standard Time, I fucking love you. I'm a Geordie for life. Up the tune. Tune Squad, baby. Laurent, why do you look like you're gonna fucking like?
honestly, because I don't know if they're gonna deliver, man. That's you're asking for a
Wow.
lot. Yeah.
What do you mean? I'm just asking for them to take points. A draw would be good.
Yeah, no, I would. I mean, and they have home, but honestly, I don't want to say too much because that's one of the predictions, the prediction games. But I don't know, man.
So you guys you're both gonna keep it close to your chest?
This one, yeah, I'm gonna keep this one. I'm gonna play the Arteta card, the Arteta factor here.
Okay, well, I'll give some analysis. Newcastle, 14th place.
Mm.
If
Not
they
too far.
lose, right? Serious questions are going to be asked about Eddie Howe. Serious questions, if they're not already being asked, right? On the flip side, yes, Man City, like you said, they've been on a tear. The robot has been on a tear. But this is one of those games where, like, do I think Newcastle win outright? Absolutely not. But is there an opportunity for them to upset? Is there an opportunity for them to get a set piece, to get a corner and put pressure on that back line because don't forget they're a very physical team. Yes, City can put up with it, but that crowd at St. James's Park, we've seen it. We've Chelsea's have seen it. Arsenal, we've definitely seen it. When they get up for a game, it is quite literally one of the best atmospheres in the Premier League, and I would argue across Europe. So it really depends on that crowd factor too. I do agree with you that it's very hard to see them losing, like Man City losing, but there's a lot of pressure on Newcastle and Eddie Howe.
Mm.
Like if, for example, Fulham lose, Marco Silva gets sacked. I I don't know about you two, but I think Marco Silva is a better manager than Eddie Howe. And
Wow.
if Newcastle loses, do they do the unthinkable? Do they sack Eddie Howe? Do they bring in Marco Silva? Like there's so much context in this week. So for me, that's why I think, yeah, I think there's something that Eddie Howe is holding up his sleeve, and I'm really, really, really hoping. I'm praying that they can win, but I would settle for a draw.
I
Hmm.
would take a draw too. I definitely would. The only thing that gives me optimism is that Newcastle is pretty strong at home. You know,
Yeah.
they're always good at St. James. It's a tough place to go. So I think that's what gives them and us some hope is that it's at St. James. If it was at the Etihad, I don't yeah, I wouldn't give them much.
No, no, I'd say it would have been a completely different. I wouldn't even put it as a prediction. Um, Leeds, Ellen Road, they welcome high flying Aston Villa, sitting on 18 points. If they win, they move up to 21 points, and depending on what happens, they Villa might move up into top four, depending on what happens with the Sunderland and Spurs game. So, um, like Villa are gonna have a very big say in the title race in December. I don't know if CJ you've looked at the schedule for Arsenal. We face Villa twice in December.
Yeah,
So Villa are going to have a big say in this title race in the month of December because in December we face Brentford first, then we travel to visit Villa, and then we close the year with hosting Villa December 30th. So it, like it doesn't make me feel good to know that Unai Emery is gonna potentially be able to ruin it for us.
again, yeah.
So I don't know. I Yeah, I'm not really looking for. I mean, we really should win those two games.
It's gonna be very tough though.
Yeah. So we'll see. I don't think Leeds are going to be able to get out of the relegation zone at all, especially not in this game. Like I think they're going to stay in that fight. They're going to be stuck on 11 points, and they just have to pray that Burnley doesn't pick up any points and West Ham doesn't pick up any points. So, but yeah, Villa are going to have a huge say. I know, Laurent, you were saying that this month is crucial, but also the month of December. The teams that we're facing, like I understand they may not be on paper the same caliber as Spurs or a Chelsea or even a Bayern, even though Bayern doesn't have a say in the title race. But the teams that we're facing in the Prem in the month of December, like it's quite difficult, the
Hmm.
fixtures, because maybe they're not in the title race or the European spot races, but they're fighting for their lives. And yes, I know we're still only in December, but like you have to pick up points where you can pick up points. So, um,
After December, the league table is gonna start taking shape too, just generally. Like
yeah,
that's typically what they say. You get to that point in December where you just regroup after the festive period, and then going into the new year, you see the points spread start to separate, and because right now, like you said, there's a very close, tight points between what second and 13th or something you said,
yeah,
or
yeah.
so we're gonna see that all start to take shape, by the turn of the new year after this festive period in December.
Last game Monday night. United host Everton. United looking to, dare I say, Stay in the title race.
Mm.
Sorry, let me try saying that again without laughing. Um, dare I say? I can't say it. I can't fucking say it. They're gonna try to stay in European race. Like that's what they got going for them. And then Everton, my team, my overachieving team, looking to get to the top half of the table. I don't think they're gonna do it. I think I fucked up on that prediction, to be honest with you.
Wait, what's Jack Grealish saying though? Like, because apparently I think he was performing well when they were starting off. He's not doing as good.
No. I don't know if it's a system. I don't know if it's like I don't know what it is. I don't know if he's just losing confidence because Tuchel isn't picking him. I don't know what it is, but it's like, bro, you need to like there's a lot of good players in front of you.
Bro, if I'm an Everton player, coach, whatever, bro, I'm probably like bribing an opposition player to just come and flick his hair here and there, and that should give him the boost he needs. Because it seems like hair flicks is working, right? In terms of like getting players riled up. And yeah.
No comment. No comment. Um all right. Predictions. So
Ah,
leaderboard, CJ and I are on 30. Laurent is on 27. First game, Mr. Piana, Arsenal Spurs.
I'm gonna play this one safe and go Arsenal.
Wow. Look, I so thought you were gonna say draw.
So did I.
I have to be strategic here because I know you guys are gonna go Arsenal.
I'm Arsenal.
Yep,
Yep.
yep. Don't want to lose
Um
points where
is it safe to say Chelsea for us three?
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right. City Newcastle. Mr.
S-
Piana.
City.
City. I'm gonna say draw.
I had a feeling you were gonna say draw. Uh
I don't think City win. I don't think City win. And I don't think they score first.
I'm saying City.
It's interesting because the way Murdad has broke it down, I can actually visually see that. It's very weird. I can see that. I can actually envision exactly how he's describing it. Like it's gonna be a hard game, right? Physical, and then the atmosphere, and then yeah, just one crack in City's defense. But at the same time, too, like
City are
oh,
dominant. That's the thing. City are so dominant that if Newcastle don't do that, if Newcastle don't get on top of them
mm,
from the beginning of the game, like if City can weather the storm for the first 20 minutes,
mm,
City should go on and win it. But if Newcastle score within the first 20-25 minutes, fuck. It's anybody's game.
mm.
That's the way I look at it. That's why I'm saying draw. Like I think City are going to be able to weather the storm, but then I think there's going to be a big rush. Like I think City will probably score first. The robot will score or something like that. Go into halftime. The Geordies are going to start be bouncing for the start of the second half, and they're going to get a quick goal, 1-1, and then the fuck's going to happen? Who knows,
Mm.
right? You know, you can envision the game that I'm talking about. You
Yeah,
can see it. Like I'm not just like talking shit. Like this
no,
is how
but then
Newcastle play.
wait, are we locked in before I say
Yeah,
anything
yeah, we're
else?
locked in. Yeah, 100% we're
Okay, okay,
locked
we're
in.
locked in. No, so I definitely see that. And then on the other side of things, I just see Pep, you know, like the
They're doing the
calmness.
doing the spitting.
It, yeah, no, for real. But and then just like, because I almost feel like his team seems to they're composed. It's like they're showing signs of I don't want to say remnants of when they were at their peak during their dominant era, but they are showing, for one, like tremendous, football control of the game. And then again, you have the X factor in Holland, where that is just such a wild card, right? In terms of offense, that I just have you have to bet on it for me, right? Yeah, because the type of goals, but legitimately you look at the goals he scored, and it's like you don't think like he's getting there or that ball is gonna go in, and then it just does,
Yeah.
and it is what it is. So no, plus like the players around him to me have been in good form, even during the international break, right? So there's a lot of that too, and the injuries that Newcastle are currently dealing with. Joel Linton, apparently Gordon. Wisa hasn't played since
Then a bust.
yeah, and then Tonali as well. So
Damn,
yeah.
I didn't even check all that before I made my predictions. But regardless, yeah, I say City too for that for some of the things that you just said, Laurent, and just honestly for the simple fact that I think they smell blood right now. They smell blood in the sense that Arsenal just dropped points, right? That's all. Like football, bro, is about momentum and stuff too, man. Things can change so
Mm,
quickly. Just before the international break, they picked up a big win against a title rival, like most would say, and pretty much almost knocked them out of the equation when they slapped up Liverpool. And
mm,
then Arsenal go and drop points, and then Arsenal go and lose a big player in the international break. You know, whilst the robot and those guys keep doing what they're doing, 4 points behind us. They'll be thinking, yep, we've done this before. Arsenal has never been here, never been there, done that. If anything, Arsenal's looking at this like a little bit of PTSD, a little bit of trauma, right? City's creeping up
Yeah.
behind them. The Sharks are
mm,
coming, as they say. So I just feel like right now all the momentum is with City, and I feel like that's going to carry on into this weekend. And the fact that again they play first before us to put pressure on us, they do this
Yeah.
for a living, right? Like this is their bread and butter. They'll probably be happy that they're playing first, and we'll try and continue to put that pressure on because if they win before we kick a ball, it's 1 point, right? The gap is now 1 point, and we have to go and play Spurs in a North London derby. So yeah, I think they smell a little bit of blood right now, and I think it's going to be up to us to see how we ride that storm. You know what I mean? But I think City, I think they're um, they're just going to continue the form that they showed before the international break, and I think that's what's going to get them the 3 points. I hope I'm wrong. I hope Murdad, you're right. To be honest with you, but it's tough. I don't really see it. And again, I didn't even know Newcastle have all those injuries. Like those are some big players that they're missing. If they
Tonali
are,
doesn't. I just looked. Tonali doesn't appear to be injured.
but he's on the. I'm looking on the Premier League website in the injury list, and his name is there. Although
Like I see Joel Linton there, but I don't see Tonali.
Joe
you don't see
Linton's
him,
a big loss for them.
yeah, even that, because like you know what, I can see
Oh,
that
I
outcome.
see. Okay, I see. Yeah, there's no. It just looks like a knock.
Mm, no, but
And
that outcome that Murdad is describing too, like, because I think for me, Newcastle, if they're able to break City's game, because what you don't want is a City
Hmm.
that's playing fluidly, right? That's
Hmm.
able to move the ball like that. And again, that player Joe Linton is a key piece to
Hmm.
that physicality in the midfield, breaking their game, right, causing them to lose their heads or lose their cool. Yeah, and yeah,
Very
if
true.
he's not gonna be in that, yeah, that's a big loss for them for sure. And then Gordon, bro.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean Gordon not as much for me at least because I think the midfield is where Newcastle have a chance to you know break up the rhythm.
Mm.
Um,
Bro,
but
this is the
Joel
same
Linton,
Gordon you guys were saying is better than Doku, no?
yeah.
Yeah, bro, that's big, bro, because you already know Doku's gonna look to come and keep his hawk streak going, bro. So if yeah, like, and we've seen how Doku plays, and if you guys have said that Gordon is you guys would prefer him over Doku, then that's a big player for that team.
Mm.
Um,
Wait,
Also, this
Gordon
is
over Gordon over Doku?
yeah, no, because that was like I think remember when we were picking
that was
wingers?
me.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
was gonna
yeah.
say I don't recall saying that.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but yeah, no, but and even when you look at like the games where they have, I swear he's contributed. Anthony Gordon has contributed to Newcastle.
No, he has,
So
but I think you can. It's one of those things that you can have a makeshift left winger. But Joel Linton, like it's not something that you can easily replace
mm,
in the midfield, right? Like you can replace what he does in that left wing, but you can't necessarily replace. You don't have the personnel to replace what Joel Linton does. That's what I'm trying to
Right.
get at. So I mean, hey, we will find out shortly.
Shit.
Whilst we're here, I'm actually looking at Spurs injury list because they have quite a few injured players too. And one big thing I'm checking is Mohamed Kudus because he gives us a hard time
Hmm.
usually. I think he's injured at the moment, but I don't know if he's supposed to be back fit for this game. Um, they have who?
Spurs, so Kulusevski, Madison,
Yeah,
Jagishin,
Oh, that's big.
Basuma, Solanke,
if Kudus is
Bergvall,
injured, right? It's huge if he's injured.
Kudus,
Something tells
Kolomuani.
me he's gonna play.
Who?
Kudus.
Yeah, I think he's gonna play. It just says knock.
Expected return. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll be back.
You think they do that on purpose?
Do what?
It's like they'll know the guy's fit, but they'll just keep him, make sure, like almost like what you're seeing Arteta does, right? Like you don't want
Yeah,
to reveal
I
too
was gonna
much.
say, I
So,
know for sure. We know for sure Arteta does that.
mm,
Other clubs will probably do it as well.
all right, fellas. Another one's in the books. So it's 60. Hopefully, we have something good to talk about during the next recording. Chelsea draw, City draw, Liverpool draw. That would
yeah,
be
that'd be hilarious, bro.
trifecta. That'd be the trifecta.
Ah,
A man can dream. Man can dream. What?
yeah. If that were to be the result, I'd come on the pod with a vow of silence this Sunday, bro. I would not speak. I would just watch, bro. If that's the result, like, nah, man, there's no way, bro. There's no fucking
Really?
way.
Going into a week where we play you guys next in the Premier League, I don't think you'd be quiet, bro. You don't. You've been talking about that game for
Nah,
months now.
yeah, but nah, like that, like what you described, right? You said what? Liverpool, City draw, Chelsea draw, right? Like, nah, bro. Like what? Come on, man. Who's writing the script? Like, nah.
I think we've already enjoyed a weekend where all three of those teams have dropped points and we picked up maximum points. I'm pretty sure that's
Nah, nah,
happened already.
nah. That's okay. We can enjoy more than once. You know what they say? When the drug's that good, you gotta hit it twice.
Can't lie, I don't think this is the weekend to hit that drug, bro. I think you're going to be pretty disappointed with a couple of those results.
Yeah.
I hope you're fucking lying. Because you also thought Jamaica were gonna be Curacao.
Yeah, but that's expected, fam. There's no way Chelsea's dropping points. There's no way Chelsea's dropping points against Burnley, fam.
I'm
There's no
sorry.
way.
I'm sorry. That was mean. That was mean.
No, it's fine, fam.
That's mean.
You and listen. The funny thing is, all three of you guys know we're all going to be sitting here in 2 games into the World Cup, saying that all three of our sides are out,
Oh,
and then
100%.
you know what I mean?
100%. Yeah,
I don't know
100%.
about all
Like,
that. I
like
don't
one
know.
man,
Listen,
one
you
of us.
speak. Yeah, speak for yourself, bro. Speak for
Bro,
your.
one of you, like you guys, or not even you guys, Laurent, acting like you support like figuring the Man City of international football. You support you're coming from Congo and with all
Yeah,
due
bro.
respect,
I
and
said.
your
I
dad, you're
said that,
coming from fucking Iran. Like, what are you guys acting like? You guys are Brazil and France or some shit. Like, calm
bro.
down.
I said. I said the. You know. Wait, and you said wait. Iran is ranked 30th, right?
20th.
Oh, 20th. Yo,
Yeah.
that's actually not even bad. It's
Nah, ranking don't mean shit, bro.
You don't think
Czech
so?
Republic was ranked second in the 2006 World Cup. I'll never forget. I was
Yeah,
a
they
kid,
were.
and I got
Yep.
finessed into thinking that meant something. Next thing you know, Czech Republic is not even out of the group stage.
Yep.
Oh wait, they got taken out of the group stage
Yep.
in the World Cup.
Hmm.
Jeez.
That's the most infamous FIFA ranking yet.
You got the fact. If you guys actually like believe in that ranking shit, you guys believe in Santa Claus, bro. There's no way.
I mean, it's the closest thing we have, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
It's legit
doesn't mean
though.
shit, man.
Nah,
Doesn't mean
like,
shit.
bro, I'm pretty sure. Like, if you were to, oh, what's it called? If you were to tally it up over a series of game, bro, like, I'm pretty sure it counts for something, bro. Like, right? It's a benchmark. It's a certain you
Bragging
have.
rights. That's it.
No, but
Bragging
it's
rights.
no. What I'm saying is like just like bragging right. It's a certain benchmark, right? And even the way it's calculated, I remember like I was reading a bit on it. Like it's done in a way where it's like they're earning their points. You see what I'm saying? Like you don't just earn your points from beating any other team and moving up in the rankings, right? And bro, obviously, bro, even in I think NBA and all, even bro, all sports, you'll have like someone that's like a title contender. But was it in UFC? Usman got knocked out by like some, I think a Jamaican guy actually. I don't know if you guys
Nah,
remember
big
that.
up.
Yeah. Usman, like number one, right? And he just it's so there's always upsets, things like that happen, right? But the rankings are there for a reason because that game is played 10 times, the results is gonna go a certain way, right? So. Yeah, but just don't be salty, bro. Like you guys still have in March, right? Do your job then, and then we come we'll play in Mexico, and then maybe we watch the game over some Rhea nephew,
For
something
the
like that.
viewers, for the viewers listening and watching, he is not from the Nigerias or the Ghanas of the world or these big traditional African nations.
Of
He's from
course, I'm from the
Congo,
Congo,
right?
the
So
first nation.
everybody, just for context, I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah,
where he's
yes,
gassed
yes.
from.
Let's give the context. I'm glad. I'm glad you brought it up, bro. I'm glad you brought it up because those nations that you just mentioned, right? We walked through that door first. The World Cup, we showed all of them how to qualify for that. You see what I'm saying? So
When
just
was this?
remember
The
that.
same guy who talks about ancient history, and Arsenal fans shouldn't talk about ancient history. Man's talking about something that happened before we were all born, bro. Like, just calm down.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, right? Because you're saying this, bro. We were when you guys describe Arsenal this, Arsenal that, bro. The Congo back though feared by all these nations, bro. Right?
When before BC, right? Before
Huh?
Christ.
Yes, exactly before Christ. Yes.
This man said before Christ, you're fucking savage. Oh my god.
Uh.
Well,
Oh man.
as an outside party, I am praying that Jamaica takes care of business and you two face off because that would be a game that we're
That would be
meeting
lit
up.
still.
No, that
I
would
that,
that would be lit.
that's a game that I want to be in the middle with my popcorn, like
Mm,
just watching you two go at it.
Oh,
Oh
that would be a
shit.
joke.
mm.
All right, fellas, let's get this out for the viewers. Listen, as
I will say
always.
though, we don't have to wait too
Oh,
long for a head-to-head though. And on what date is it? November 30th. That's the date
November
we're all
30th,
looking forward to.
next week.
We've been
Mm.
talking about since August, or at least Laurent has. So
Mm. Let's get it.
it
Judgment.
will
Hey,
be.
hey, CJ, we may actually see him in a Chelsea kit for once.
Oh, bet.
I'm excited, bro. I'm excited to see if he's gonna show up in a Chelsea kit. I'm excited to see if you're gonna show up to Gathering Restaurant Bar. Full stop. It's gonna be a great day. There's a lot of surprises around the corner.
Mm.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned. All right, fellas. See you on the next one.
Like and
All right.
subscribe,
Peace out,
everybody.
guys. Yep.
Peace.